Ladies and gentlemen, our program will begin in 1 minute. Our program will begin in 1 minute.
For the longest time, I hustled for my worthiness, pleasing, performing, and perfecting to feel like I was enough.
Everything changed when I started believing in myself and backing that belief with hard work.
Work hard, chase big things, but don't forget to laugh, to breathe, and actually enjoy the ride.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's where the real growth lies.
It wasn't until I laid down my striving and focused on how I could love, care, and serve better that I started to achieve my goals.
I have had to learn how to fail, learn, and rebuild.
This job doesn't just test your sales ability, it shapes your character.
I ran through these doors accepting that a bad day is only a bad moment. What you do after that moment is what matters.
I realized I had a choice. I stay stuck in pain, or I fight for a purpose. I chose to fight.
To the girl with big dreams and even bigger doubts, you can do this.
Decide what's important to you and get after it.
To those grounding every day and wondering if it's gonna pay off, keep going.
All of us have a unique perspective and something new to bring to the table.
If you want to rewrite your story at Tom James like I did, don't pick up a pen, pick up the phone.
Whether you believe you can do something or whether you believe you can't, you're right.
The effort you put in and the attitude you carry, that's what gets you here.
Show up, work hard, serve well. That's how you build it.
And to everyone listening, your worst moment might just be the setup for the best chapter of your life. So don't quit, seize the opportunity, and never look back.
Good evening, Tom James family. Good evening, all. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, family members, parents, brothers, sisters, significant others. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Jason Caldwell, and I get the privilege of hosting our evening tonight when we welcome 32 of our partners into our prestigious President's Club. For those of you not familiar with Tom James, President's Club is 1,000 units in a 12-month period. 1,000 units is the equivalent of $435,000 worth of clothing. And as I mentioned, we have 32 partners who we're going to welcome tonight. But before we do, if you're a guest tonight, if you're a mom, a dad, a brother, a sister, a significant other, a friend, a client, would you please stand? And stay standing. And stay standing for a second. Thank you for standing. So those of you who are standing, your family, and we welcome you tonight. And you're here for a very, very significant reason. One of our partners invited you, and what that tells us is that you're someone significant in their journey. And tonight we're going to celebrate their success, but the success is not theirs alone. It happened because of you. And so we honor you tonight, and we thank you for your encouragement, your support, your listening ear, the phone calls, the text messages, all that went into your encouragement of this achievement that we celebrate tonight. It's a huge deal for our company, and it's a huge deal for the people we're going to honor tonight. But what it signifies is the importance of you in our lives. And so thank you for loving us, thank you for supporting us, and thank you for making nights like tonight possible. Let's give them a round of applause. You may be seated. Thank you. So as I mentioned, $435,000 worth of clothing in a 12-month period. And for those of you who have not yet hit President's Club, I want to share a couple of stats with you that I think you'll find encouraging. The average number of clients, so we've talked a lot about rolling 12 clients this year. The average number of clients of the 32 partners who are going to walk on stage tonight is 128. And all that proves is that another year in a row, it's about 125 to 128 clients that'll earn you President's Club. And you can do that because every single day you know how to add more clients than you'll ever have stopped working with you. And so I expect to see this crowd grow from 32 to 64 or even more next year. So are y'all ready to get started celebrating our group tonight? Well, our first person who we're going to recognize is from Memphis, Tennessee. Please welcome to the stage Miss Alessandra Daniele.
Hi, everybody. Whew, first one up, no pressure. Alrighty. Growing up, I had a really unique life, and I wore a lot of hats. I went from being a childhood actress, learning to read off of reading scripts, living in Hollywood, and I did some print work, modeling, and I even was on a couple of singing television TV shows. All that to say, I learned the word no very young, so young that rejection became familiar by the time I was 10. I have always loved expressing myself creatively, so when Tom James unexpectedly entered my life, I very quickly became obsessed with the process. Maybe it felt familiar because this business requires wearing a lot of hats and hearing a lot of no's. Coming into this industry, I felt a little bit different. I had a degree in fashion design. I loved the clothing, sustainability, and creativity far more than the idea of being a saleswoman. I believed that if I fell in love with the process, that the sales would follow. So to the new partners tonight, I want to encourage you. It's okay if you came here because you do love the clothing and the fashion. At the end of the day, that is what we do. We create something that we're very proud to stand behind. I am standing here today because of a very special amount of people at my table. This is the part that gets me, so bear with me. My papa couldn't be here tonight. He would have loved the attention. Thank you, Papa. I just wanted to shout you out. Thank you for teaching me to dream big and for allowing me to chase my dreams. Because of you, I learned to fantasize my life, and I will never stop doing so. Mom, I'm so glad I can't see you because I'd be sobbing. You're the strongest woman I know. You have taught me discipline, integrity, and how to finish what I start. Anyone who knows me on a little bit of a deeper level knows I call everything exactly how I see it. You can call out Kel for that one. Mara, my sweet sister. Everybody told me that hiring my sister as an assistant would probably not be the best idea, but it was the best decision I have ever made. You are the only other person who could survive Jay and Dan Lawler every day besides me. You are my heart and my soul, and being your sister is my greatest accomplishment. You have stood beside me through every season of my life, even when an ocean separated us. I'm halfway through. Justin, AKA my future fiance. You guys like that one? I had to bring it back. First of all, honey, thank you for the beta blockers tonight. I'm a lot cooler up here because of those. Your curiosity inspires me every day, honey. You are the smartest and most handsome doctor I know. Thank you for choosing me daily. I didn't know I needed you until I found you, and now I can't imagine a life without you. Lastly, I'm dedicating tonight to one very special person. He's the most selfless, funny, generous, hardworking, twinkle in his eye for life, blue sky thinker that I know. Anyone that's been blessed enough to cross his path knows how positive and uplifting he is. Jay Lawler. You are so much more than a leader to me. Through every challenge of my life, and we know how traumatic being in your 20s can be, you have known exactly what I needed to hear. Thank you for teaching me to lead with generosity, curiosity, and kindness. Thank you for every single heart-to-heart, every laugh, every poke bowl when I forget my lunch, and every extra drink ticket on these nights. I hope one day I become half the leader, friend, partner, and role model you have been to me. Thank you all so much.
Next up, from San Antonio, please welcome to the stage, Miss Kylie Hickman.
Hello, Tom James. What an honor to be celebrating President's Club Night on Tom James' 60th anniversary. Standing here today is incredibly special because for as long as I can remember, I always believed there was something more waiting for me. My life has never been easy. I grew up in a condemned house. I didn't go to prom, and I never got to walk across the stage for graduation. Nothing was ever handed to me, and every opportunity I've had in life has come from hard work, determination, and refusing to give up. No matter what challenge I faced, I always believed I was capable of more. Then, Tom James entered my life. At the time, I was a teacher. I loved helping people, but deep down, I knew there was another path for me. The moment I walked into my interview, something clicked. For the first time, I felt like I was exactly where I was supposed to be. Tom James has given me so much more than a career. It has challenged me, stretched me, and helped me discover strengths I didn't know I had. It has given me confidence, purpose, and the opportunity to build a life I once only dreamed about. I was hired during one of the most difficult seasons of my life. And right before my follow day interview, I sat in my car and recorded a video of myself. I remember saying, "This is your chance, this is your time." And I promised myself that day I wouldn't waste the opportunity. And now, standing here today, I know I was right. The biggest reason I am standing on this stage is because of Rowan and Maddox, my boys. You are my why. Every early morning, every late night, every challenge, every goal has been driven by my desire to give you the opportunity I never had. Watching you grow is the greatest privilege of my life. And I hope one day you know how much you inspire me. I also want to thank Ivan, my fearless leader and good friend, Jordan, Ashley, Katie for their friendship and support, Wyatt for his wisdom, and Connor for inspiring me to continue to grow, and the entire San Antonio office for helping me shape the person and the clothier I have become. To my family, friends, mentors, clients, and everyone who believed in me when I was still learning to believe in myself, thank you. If there is one thing I hope to take away, or you take away from my story, it is this. Have a vision, have a dream, know your worth, and have the courage to go after what you want. Because if you really want something badly enough and are willing to work for it, incredible things can happen. I stand here today as proof that your past does not determine your future. Keep showing up, keep believing, and keep going. Thank you.
From Atlanta, Mr. Redmond Bandy.
Love y'all. My best days always start with gratitude, so I'd like to start tonight the same way. Mom, Dad, I'm grateful for the foundation of hard work, dedication, and care that you both instilled in me. Everything I could ever hope to accomplish is because of your examples. Grandma, at 99 years young, you're still an inspiration. You never meet a stranger. Yeah. You never meet a stranger, and you still somehow have a fuller social life than me. I'm thankful for your wisdom and experience in helping me see the bright side. Raina, I prayed for a cool little sister, and you've completely exceeded what I had hoped for. I'd never admit it publicly, but you might be the coolest bandy. Sherry, my stallion, I found such peace and clarity with you, and I'm so lucky to have you in my corner. To my leader, Ayman El-Shami, thank you for believing in me. Even though I allegedly forgot a jacket or a tie for my interview at a custom suit company, from the beginning, you've always seen my potential even when I couldn't. And to the Atlanta office, thank you for being my second family. I love you all, and I could not have made it this far without the support of each and every one of you. I'm eternally grateful that I found this company, a place that actively champions personal growth, finding a vision, and not making a career your whole life. I'm so fortunate to have a legendary group of people around me that have helped me truly discover myself, my gifts, and what motivates me to excel. I'm honored to share the stage tonight with record breakers and certified rock stars, people who push themselves to achieve massive success. Well, that's not my story. Over the almost 7-year career, I've made just about every mistake possible, from forgetting to upload orders, entering the wrong measurements, models, alterations, you name it, I've tried it. What has kept me motivated is my trust in the process and my belief that every mistake helps strengthen my business and build confidence. It's easy to grow complacent and to stop pushing yourself, to fall out of love with the chase. It can sometimes be easy to let myself down, to not bother to make that dial after 5, or to stop after the 3rd idea on your wardrobe plan. Removing myself and my own ego out of the equation immediately put things into perspective. If I'm doing this to help grow my team or to be an example, it makes what I do way bigger than myself. Even if you're someone hard-headed like me that has to learn their own lessons, don't beat yourself up. Experience is the best teacher. If you don't let perfection or fear of failure get in the way, you'll truly surprise yourself. Lean on the people in your corner who are rooting for you and embrace their belief in you. And most importantly, embrace the journey. Thank you.
From San Antonio, Miss Katie Zachary.
I was saying I was already crying on my way up here. I was like, oh no. Okay. I'm so excited. When I look around this room, it's honestly hard to believe I'm standing here giving my President's Club speech. Because if you would have told me a few years ago that at almost 40 years old, I'd completely changed careers and end up here, I probably would have rolled my eyes and responded with something sassy. Before Tom James, my husband Vic and I owned a gym for 15 years, and I truly loved it until I didn't. Not because I lost my passion for health and fitness, I just realized something hard. I wasn't growing anymore. Our business wasn't growing. The income, well, let's just say it couldn't provide the life that we wanted for our family anymore. And honestly, that scared me more than making a career change ever did. So at 39 years old, starting over, it's terrifying. You question yourself. Am I too late? Am I good enough? And don't even get me started with the imposter syndrome. But I wanted more for myself, for my husband, my girls, and for our future. So I took the leap. I started as a part-time assistant in the Houston office. Go H-Town. And it didn't take long to realize that Tom James was where I wanted to build my career. Vic and I were preparing to move to San Antonio, so it did make sense to launch my business in Houston. That's when Sarah Miller took me under her wing as her SDR, and she taught me so much. How to think bigger, stay disciplined, embrace uncomfortable situations, and believe that I did belong here. So thank you, Sarah. Love you. When we arrived to San Antonio, Ivan thankfully was in the position to hire me, and it changed my life. From that day on, the San Antonio office welcomed me with open arms. Moving to a new city without family and friends was overwhelming, but you guys gave me a place where I felt supported, encouraged, and at home. You truly became my second family. Love you guys. And to Ivan, thank you for answering my million questions, the tearful phone calls, the hard conversations. In the beginning, I leaned on you for just about everything. You patiently walked beside me until you knew I was ready. Then one day, you stopped holding my hand and challenged me to trust myself. Definitely sooner than I wanted, but looking back, it was one of the greatest gifts you could have given me. You believed in me long before I truly believed in myself, and you never let me quit on who I was becoming. Thank you for being my hype guy. And to my parents, thank you for always stepping in to help with the girls whenever Vic was out of town and I couldn't be in two places at once. Your love, support, and willingness to help made it possible for me to keep chasing this dream. I love and appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And to my girls, Ella and Emmy, you've been my little cheerleaders through all of this. There were plenty of days I came home feeling defeated. I didn't make a sale. I didn't hit my appointment goal. But you girls never measured me by any of that. Emmy, you would run up to me yelling, I'm not gonna say this as cute as her, but Mommy, the moment I came home with the biggest smile on your face. And Ella, there were so many nights that you would pray that I would have a good day and that God would send me new clients. Your love, I know, so sweet. Your love was never based on my results. It was based on who I am, and that gave me the strength to get up the next morning and keep going. So, love you girls for that. And lastly, to my husband, Vic, there's absolutely no way I'd be standing on this stage without you. You always reminded me why I took this leap in the first place. You listened to me talk about half girths and point-to-point alterations like you fully understood what I was saying. And through every hard moment, stressful day, tearful night, you were always there with your hug and the reminder that I have what it takes. So thank you, babe. Love you. This career has changed my life, not just financially, although major plus. Tom James gave me a chance to believe that I'm capable of so much more, to dream bigger. It gave me a future I never thought was possible for myself. So 2 things this journey has taught me, and I lean into them every time I have a tough day. Growth starts the moment you're willing to get uncomfortable. And 2, you can't force God's timing. You just have to keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and trust that what's meant for you will come. Cheers.
From Richmond, Virginia, Mr. Brock Badman.
Oh, thank you, thank you. All right. Well, can't believe I got to follow that up. Hello, everyone. Before I begin, I just want to say congratulations to the 2026 President's Club members, and what an honor it is to be sharing the stage with you at our 60th anniversary as a company. I want to thank our leadership Todd, Steve, Brant, Micah, and Jason, and now Sarah. To my clients, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your trust, the relationships we've built, and letting me make you better dressed than everyone else in Richmond. I wouldn't be up here speaking tonight if it weren't for you, so thank you again. To my family, thank you for constantly showing me support for a career that has constantly pushed me out of my, completely out of pocket and constantly pushed me out of the step, out of my comfort zone, and leading by example of how a family needs to care for each other and work hard. To our factories, any type of support team, the tech team, without you guys, we wouldn't have made it 60 years. And I definitely wouldn't have made it doing paper orders. Shout out to the Punta Cana crew of 2026. Yep. I'm looking forward to attending more trips with you. You guys are a blast. Shout out to the Virginia Builders Groups, Doug Kidd, Melissa Mortellero, Reagan Hopkins, Allison Piner, Nicole Carlson, Sarah Bentley. Thank you for helping me develop and change my point of view on a lot of things, including the lesson on growth. All right, last part. To my RVA office, Sarah, Nicole, Steve, James, and of course the Laurens, thank you for constantly trying to make the office better and allowing someone who had no sense of direction in life to stumble in and grow to a President's Club business. Sarah, my leader, office mom, and my new divisional president. I know you don't want me to talk to you about you at all, but I'm going to anyway. Thank you for taking a chance on me and also going to the first ever Elevate program with me. To think that somebody would sacrifice their time from their family just to help me get back on track is something I'm always going to be thankful for. Your ability to make those around you better and seeing potential in others is something I will always admire about you. So thank you for letting me unapologetically be myself and helping me develop into a better person. And yes, I will always quote movies with you and make sure that you drink enough water and eaten. Lastly, to my partners here, my message to you is to be consistent, be disciplined, learn from mistakes, stay healthy mentally and physically, and have fun growing your business because nobody else can do what we do. Cheers to 60 years and another 60 to come. Thank you. Ball Rat.
From Atlanta, Mr. Nolan Harville.
Cool. All right. Tom James, how we doing? There it is. So when I started my career with Tom James almost 2 years ago, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I had no outside sales experience and had never made a sales call in my life. Honestly, I think I got hired because I had a good handshake, I could make eye contact, and knew how to tie a tie correctly most days. I remember my first day dialing after spending months building my pipeline. I stumbled over my words and struggled to stick to the script. Sitting in the Atlanta sales pit surrounded by 20 other sales professionals certainly didn't make it any easier. One no turned into two, then three, and then four. And then I started getting hung up on over and over and over again. And to be honest, I thought my career was over before it even began. But for some reason, I stuck with it. I kept dialing, and eventually the yeses started coming. I figured out that I was actually pretty good on the phone. In fact, I got so good at the phone that I ended up standing up on the stage tonight. To the Atlanta office, thank you for these last 2 years. It has been one of the greatest challenges and most rewarding experiences of my life. To my leader, Madison D., thank you for setting the standard. Your grit, determination, and ability to always find a way have inspired me from day one. Thank you for showing me what excellence looks like and challenging me to become better every single day. After a record-breaking run in Atlanta, I'm excited for what's ahead in Miami. When I visited earlier this year, I knew there was an opportunity to build something really special there. I plan to approach this next chapter the same way I approached Atlanta, with hard work, persistence, and a commitment to continuous growth. Jock, Tori, Matt, Katie, and Teresa, I ask that you hold me accountable to my goals, challenge me when I need it, and help guide me as I begin this new chapter. I'm excited to build something great together. So there are two people here tonight who deserve special recognition. When I first started in Atlanta, I called my parents almost every day and completely lost my mind on nearly every one of those calls. I was scared, I was overwhelmed, and I was facing challenges I had never encountered before. Not once did they offer anything other than encouragement, love, and unwavering support. It's also their 38th wedding anniversary tonight, so get a round of applause. Mom and Dad, thank you for every sacrifice you've made for me. Thank you for teaching me the value of integrity, hard work, faith in God, and the commitment to something bigger than myself. Everything I've accomplished is built on the foundation that you gave me. Mom, Dad, Chloe, Hunter, and my beautiful niece, Amelia, I love you, and thank you for being here tonight. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage from South Florida, Bridget Bonura.
When I came to Tom James, I'll be honest, my expectations were low. I thought it would just be another job, and I was just happy to not sit behind my desk at my previous 9-to-5. Well, let me tell you, this opportunity has turned out to be the most challenging, rewarding, and well-suited career I could have ever imagined. I'm incredibly grateful for my circle, as nothing significant is accomplished alone. Mom, you are my rock, my biggest cheerleader, and the ultimate beauty queen. I can't thank you enough for always believing in me and riding the roller coaster at times. Your independence and bounce back like a cat energy has shaped so much of who I am. No matter what I do in life, you always remind me to dream big. Grandma, thank you for your love, support, and positivity always. Your continuous money prayers worked. So please keep them up. It's such a privilege to have you both here tonight. Hey, South Florida. Thanks for always bringing the vibes. To my leader, Matt Cornish, thank you for always holding me to the highest standard and reminding me that consistency is key. I appreciate that you're always there to double check my math, assist with car emergencies, and listen to my occasional tangents. You believed in me from the start, even when I wasn't fully sure I believed in myself. Lily Zerez, my first hire. Hiring you last season during my home stretch to PC showed me what I was capable of, and it was more than I thought. I can't believe how much we actually get done while giggling every 5 seconds. I'm so glad you were along for the ride. You inspire me every day with your drive, creativity, and work ethic. I'm so excited to continue to watch you grow your business and become that girl. Danielle, my ride or die, and the younger sister I never had. I couldn't live without our long car chats, charcuterie and suits nights, and Pilates dates, and of course all the hard-boiled eggs in between. As we grew our businesses together and have fallen in love with the craft, your perspective, attention to detail are always what I need. I'm eternally grateful that Tom James brought us together. Shout out to Katie Lee, Steve Rose, Britt Tessetta, Lauren Bark, Sam Hammond, and all my amazing clients who have supported me as well. Since I've come to Tom James, my faith, grit, resilience, and balance have strengthened. So I'll leave you with 5 things. 1, show up consistent even when it feels hard. 2, the joy is in the journey, so enjoy the moment that you're in. 3, on your bad days, know that there's something around the corner. 4, when you're tired, remember you're building your dream life. And 5, we truly have the coolest opportunity out there, so just keep going. Thank you.
From New York City, Mr. Jordan Edelman.
Pay some homage to New York. Sorry, waiting for the teleprompter. My first day on the job was a funny one. I was finally here to make my dream come true in New York. I had spent my entire life living on the cusp of this incredible city, and now I was finally one of those midtown businessmen I had grown up admiring. As I walked in, I thought I looked sharp in the poorly fitted garment I had picked up from Marshall's for $20 the week prior, but everyone was still staring at me. A few people even looked me up and down. I just assumed they were checking me out, seeing if I had what it takes to make it here. I then realized I was getting a lot of looks. I thought that's just how it was for the new partners here. I didn't know much about suits, so I figured there wasn't anything too odd going on, but then I sat down and a former coworker, Andrew Carrillo, immediately asked me if I was going to a wedding after my shift. That's when I found out that it is, in fact, not appropriate to wear a tuxedo to work. It was just like the movie Step Brothers. The morning meeting after I hit President's Club was one of my favorites. We had all the new partners come up and play the song that they would pick for their speech. Well, I thought my achievement was pretty cool. It actually hit me even harder that evening that my achievement allowed others to dream and envision themselves winning. I think New York's a winning city in every aspect, and I think it's the greatest area in the world. I got blessed to be born and raised there. So while going out to Chicago to restart my life was the original plan, I'm so happy I stayed, and I'm so happy that I made it here, my home. Shout out to Emerson, New Jersey. Shout out to New York, the Hudson Valley, Connecticut, Long Island, anywhere where I have the privilege of getting busy people suited up. I want to use this opportunity to say thank you to my mom, my dad, Jessie and her boyfriend Evan, John Cardos, Steve Adams, Steph Smith, my buddies here at Tom James and Beyond, and my New York team. You all push me to believe and to constantly chase a bigger version of myself. Shout out to all the wonderful friends and peers that I have the privilege to work with. This grind would be a lot tougher without your shoulders to lean on. There are quite a few more people I want to shout out, but I could honestly go on for an hour. So when I see you again, I'll just remind you that I love you dearly. And to my clients, thank you for allowing me to chase my dreams while getting you suited up to chase yours. Thank you, guys.
So good. From Atlanta, Mr. Lane Hibbian.
For those who don't know me, before selling clothing, I had a career that I loved, teaching music. But it was a career marked by anxiety and financial instability, uncertain if each month's paycheck would even cover my bills. I wanted more for myself and future family, so when I decided to come to Tom James, I was hopeful and had extremely high expectations for myself. I'd sell 100 units my first month, hit President's Club my first year, achieve Hall of Fame records, and everything would be great. Well, my first month, I sold less than half of my goal. Month 2, I sold 17 units. And the first week of month 3, I sold exactly $0. I felt like a failure. And the financial anxiety I thought I was escaping was back. I was going into appointments stressed, desperate for a sale, and thinking to myself, please at least buy a pair of shoes so that I can say I got a new client. I then recalled a ride day with Bill Yonke where I noticed 2 things. 1, he genuinely had fun with his clients, and they really enjoyed him too. And 2, how service-minded and Christ-like he was in his appointments. He consistently put the client's needs before his own. So I thought to myself, well, what do I have to lose? I decided that week I'd focus only on 2 things: having fun and adopting a service mindset. I finished my 3rd selling month with 14 new clients, and my business changed forever. When I took the focus off of myself, what do I need? I need units. I need a new client. I need a transaction. And instead, put the focus on the person in front of me, asking, how can I be selfless and Christ-like in this appointment? I became a better salesperson, clothier, employee, coworker, and I had a whole lot more fun. I'd like to thank a few people. Lauren Hudson, I'm honored to call you not only an amazing leader, but an even better friend. My sister Jessie, you bring so much joy and laughter into my life. And thank you to both of my parents, John and Tammy, for raising me with Christ-like values. To quote my mom, you're uniquely created for an amazing purpose. But the paradox is that purpose is not about you. So, to experience immeasurable joy, take the focus off of yourself and make a positive difference in the lives of others. Lastly, thank you to my husband, Mark, for encouraging me on my worst days and cheering me on during my best. You and our future family are who all of this is for. I'll leave you all with a verse and a challenge. Philippians 2:3-4 says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests, but to the interests of others. When y'all go back to your offices next week, ask yourselves, how can I be a blessing to others today? Thank you.
From Madison, Laura Fitzgerald.
And for those of you that have watched the Brady Bunch, you are all in custom underwear. So 3 years ago, I took a chance on Tom James. And honestly, Tom James took a chance on me. What started as a leap of faith became one of the best decisions of my life. This career has given me so much more than a profession. It's given me confidence, purpose, friendships, amazing threads, and the opportunity to impact people on a very personal level. It's funny how people think we sell clothing. The truth is, we sell confidence. We sell that feeling that someone gets when they walk in the room, knowing they look their very best. I get random selfies from my clients, and that really says it all. I want to give a special shout out to my people who mean the world to me. My kids, Ashley, Connor, and Cassidy. Thank you for cheering me on, believing in me. To my sister Mary, thank you for your support, encouragement, and for always being in my corner. I want to thank Rob Ringeisen for believing in me and helping me see potential that I didn't always see in myself. Mia, Miranda, Sarah, Daryl, John, Jason, and so many others. Thank you for your encouragement, your guidance, patience, and support along the way. To my fellow President's Club winners, congratulations. I know the hard work and the commitment and the resilience, countless hours that go into earning this recognition. I also want to thank you for showing Connor a good time in Punta Cana. He had no idea how incredibly cool my coworkers would be. I am so darn grateful to be right here, right now. I'm grateful for my clients who trust me. I'm grateful for my family and friends who support me. I'm grateful for the mentors and teammates who have encouraged me. And I'm grateful for a company that gave a career changer a place to thrive. And my friends, the best is yet to come.
Welcome to the stage from Lubbock, Texas, Mrs. Hadley Ferguson.
Shout out Camille Quinn. Let's go. All right, real speech now. I'll be candid with you. For a long time, things generally went according to plan.
I worked hard, and the results usually followed. Good grades, making the team, landing the job. Sound familiar? I have a feeling I'm not the only one in this room who was told that they had potential from a pretty early age, and then went out and proved it. So when I walked through the doors at Tom James, I assumed success would come in the way it always had. I was wrong. And being wrong about that was one of the best things that ever happened to me. From the outside, this looks like a fun job. You get to dress people, build relationships, and be your own boss. And it is fun. But what most people don't see is the discipline, resilience, and persistence it takes to build something meaningful in this business. I want everyone in this room to know that I see it, and the work ethic it takes to get here and stay here commands my deepest respect. My journey was anything but linear. Brady and I made a decision that raised some eyebrows. We left a large market for one a fraction of the size. On paper, it didn't make much sense, but I learned that the size of your market is not the size of your opportunity. What changed everything for me was my mindset. I stopped focusing on what I didn't have and started focusing on what was right in front of me. The opportunity was always there, I just had to show up for it. I wouldn't be standing here without the people who helped me along the way. Thank you to the Dallas office, where I learned what this company is all about. Thank you to Jeff for investing in me and helping me grow. One piece of advice has stayed with me ever since our first ride day. Match what you want with what you do. Those words have shaped the way I approach my work every single day. Thank you to the friends who make this journey genuinely fun. You know who you are. Thank you to Tom James for creating a place where hard work is rewarded. And thank you to my family for instilling grit and work ethic long before I knew I would need them. Most importantly, thank you to my husband, Brady. Building something like this is never a solo effort. You've believed in me, supported me, and reminded me who I am on the days that I needed it most. I would not be standing here without you. So I'll leave you with this. Work hard, keep a good mindset, and surround yourself with good people. Thank you.
From Philadelphia, Mr. Kevin Linden.
Yep, thank you. How's it going, Tom James? Well, thank you all for this opportunity. There's a quote that I live by from David Goggins that really resonates with me. It's, "I'm not gifted, I'm driven." Success isn't always about talent. It's about discipline, perseverance, and refusing to quit when things get difficult. For me, today is about the people who helped me get here, because the truth is, without them, I would not be standing up on this stage. First and foremost, I give all the glory to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He's been with me. He's been with me long before this career and will be with me forever after. Through every lesson, he has guided me. Steve Nucci and Jason Caldwell, your leadership, encouragement, and support have made a tremendous impact on my journey. Thank you. Jim Zemer, the man. You are the reason I took this opportunity. On my follow day with Jim, I saw incredible client relationships, exceptional service, and a genuine passion for what we do. I also learned the 3-no tactic, which, if you know Jim, he got to about 12 every time. When you left for Denver, I was genuinely upset. You said it was to be closer with your kids, and I believe that for about a second. Because coincidentally, it happened to line up when the Eagles beat the Packers twice and won the Super Bowl. Go Birds. Jim, thank you. To the Philadelphia office, every one of you has made an impact on me. You're more than coworkers, you're some of my closest friends. Thank you. Jeremy Zeza, I owe you everything, seriously. When I started, I was just a jack who knew nothing about the business. Your leadership, your patience, your belief and example shaped my career. I'm grateful to learn from you every day and even more grateful to call you my friend. To my family and in-laws, thank you for your support, for teaching me the value of hard work. Mom and Dad, thank you for believing in me and teaching me resilience. You raised 3 great kids and 1 knucklehead who ended up selling suits for a living. So, and to my beautiful wife, Kira, happy 3 months, girl. You inspire me every day. Your work ethic, your love, and your support. I'm grateful to build this life with you, and I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for believing in me, encouraging me, and standing by my side through every step of the journey. And finally, thank you to my clients for your trust and support. None of this would be possible without you. I'll leave you with a quote from Les Brown. If you do what is easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. Don't complain, do the hard things, and live with no regrets. God bless and thank you.
Next up from Jackson, Morgan Moore.
Achieving President's Club isn't about one great year. It's about a journey built with early mornings, late nights, countless miles on the road, hearing no more times than I could count, trusting that each one would lead to the next yes, building a business in a new market, and even running over my sailing bag and iPad. No one gets here alone. My mom taught me what it means to work hard when no one is watching, keep your faith at the center of everything you do, and give to others. Mom, my guardian angel, this achievement is for you. To my siblings, Sarah Beth, Elam, and of course, Eli. I talk about Eli all the time, so by now most of you probably feel like you know him. And let's be honest, he's everyone's favorite, including mine. The 3 of you have been my ultimate cheerleaders, constantly praying for me and pushing me forward. You remind me why I work so hard every day, and I love you all. And to Eli, Georgia's #1 fan, Roll Tide. Mackenzie, thank you for making the trip to celebrate this moment with me. I'm so grateful Alabama brought me you. Your friendship means so much. Lexi, my girl from day one at Tom James, thank you for being my soundboard and an incredible friend. I have no doubt you're going to crush every goal you set in Mobile, and I can't wait to watch you do it. Lachey, thank you for believing in me when I needed to borrow a little belief in myself. Thank you for supporting me and keeping it real with me. And no, we're not celebrating at Captain D's. Lauren, thank you for leading Team JHAM with so much heart. I've loved watching you lead while being an amazing mom and friend. Todd, John, and Brant, thank you for the opportunity to lead the Jackson office. I'm so grateful for that chapter of my career The time I spent there has shaped me in ways I'll carry forward. Brett, Hector, and Dave, your guidance and friendship along the way have meant a lot to me, and I appreciate you all. Shout out to the Raleigh office. Yeah. I'm so grateful for the way you've welcomed me in. I'm excited to be back home in North Carolina, and I can't wait to build alongside all of you. This milestone represents more than a number. It represents dedication, growth, and showing up every day. A few things I've learned along the way is that fear and failure don't have to be the end of your story. They can be the beginning of your breakthrough. Second, growth rarely feels comfortable, but comfort is never the point. Third, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Your discipline, habits, and consistency are what builds over time. And lastly, being coachable and willing to learn changes everything. Progress, not perfection, is the standard. I'm grateful for this journey and excited for what's ahead in Raleigh. Congratulations to everyone who achieved President's Club. Thank you.
From Tom James of Orange County, welcome to the stage, Autumn Perry.
Hi, guys. I'm so grateful to be standing up here tonight alongside some incredible people. First, I want to thank God for blessing me with this opportunity and for allowing me to find both my career and my passion right out of college. Mom and Dad, thank you for everything you've poured into me. Mom, thank you for always listening and for teaching me to always do what I say I'm going to do. Dad, thank you for always taking me to work with you when I was a little girl and showing me what a badass salesperson looks like. Caleb, thank you for being the best brother, role model, and best friend I could ask for. To my clients, thank you for trusting in me. It means more than you know. Camille Quinn, thank you for being an incredible leader and an even better friend, for reading my novel-length text messages, making dirty soda runs with me, buying me Slim Jims, and always making this job fun. Blake Albino, I wouldn't be here without you, your leadership, and maybe also all of your inactive prospects who somehow became my clients. Jeff Franklin, thank you for your mentorship and for you constantly pushing me to become a better salesperson. And to our divisional leaders and my Tom James family, thank you for everything you do to make this such an incredible place to grow. When I think about how I got here, I always come back to one thing. When I was 7 years old, I started acrobatic gymnastics. At 14, I had the privilege of making Team USA and competing around the world while representing the United States. Gymnastics taught me discipline, perseverance, trust, and how to handle failure. But one of the greatest lessons it taught me, and the one that shaped my career at Tom James, is that success is built through consistency. Success wasn't built in one great performance. It was built through thousands of hours of showing up, doing the work, and repeating the fundamentals every single day. By the time competition day arrived, I didn't have to think. I simply trusted my preparation and enjoyed the moment. That's the same mindset I try to bring to Tom James every day. In a lot of ways, not much has changed. The only thing that's really different is the uniform. Instead of putting on a sparkly custom leotard every morning, I get to put on a custom Helen and Sherry suit. Turns out I still have expensive taste in uniforms. Now I get to spend my days talking about some of my favorite things: clothes, hotels, travel, sports, and great restaurants, all while building relationships. If you know me, that's pretty much my dream job. I'm incredibly grateful to everyone who's been a part of this journey. Thank you for believing in me and supporting me. I'm honored to be here tonight, and I'm excited to say that President's Club is just the beginning. Thank you.
From Hampton Roads, welcome to the stage, Allison Piner.
Thank you so much. Y'all know this is Olive, if you haven't met her yet. I'm sure y'all have. Congratulations to my fellow PC members. Thanks to my family for making the trip, to my husband, Dan, for your support and encouragement, and to my babies for always reminding me why I hustle so hard, and to my TJ fam for your constant motivation. I wouldn't have made it here without you. My road to PC was much like everyone else's, just with a little backstory. I joined Tom James in April of 2023 after 21 years in retail, sales, and management, initially aiming to climb the retail ranks. My professional and personal visions shifted following the pandemic and the birth of our twin boys in 2021, growing our family from 3 to 5. Realizing my retail income could no longer support us, I decided to make a career change in 2023. I was recruited to Tom James by a former retail peer. I initially felt skeptical, but was committed to making the new role work out of necessity for our family. Early on, I struggled with self-confidence and lacked repeatable sales systems. I reached ATS1 in my first year instead of my first 6 months, and my month-to-month results remained inconsistent. By January 2025, I was frustrated and missing financial targets. Collaborating with my leader, Doug Kidd, I formulated a strategic plan beginning with the end in mind. With his guidance, my business plan, #BossB, if you know, you know, was born, and my first step was to achieve President's Club by the end of 2025. I invested in personal growth through books and podcasts, refined my prospecting methods, and overhauled my administrative systems. This disciplined approach yielded immediate results. I reached ATS2 in April of 2025. I love you. Entered leadership shortly after and hired my first direct, Leah Trimble, in September. Through leadership development and mindset growth, my strategic changes culminated in a historic November. I achieved my best month ever. I closed the highest transaction in Hampton Roads history.
I became the first woman in Hampton Roads history to achieve PC, and I qualified for CEO dinner. Ultimately, I accomplished part one of my primary goal a month ahead of my schedule, getting one step closer to securing a family, a stable future for my family. Although I'm far from done, I'm on the right path. My why is what leads me to achieve my goals. I just had to narrow my focus on how to achieve them through Tom James. If you're struggling to achieve what you want in life, focus on your why, make your goals a reality, your reality, and beyond. Cheers. Thank y'all. Your wave?
You're welcome. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. From Greensboro, Miss Gabby Valentine.
Congrats to everyone on stage tonight. Hitting President's Club is something to be so incredibly proud of. When I first started, I looked at it all as a race. How fast could I get there? How quickly could I check a box? Early on, I was asked why. Why President's Club? Why did I want to hit it in 12 months? My easy answer was I want to take my mom to Punta Cana. Shout out Punta Cana group. And while that was a huge motivation, it wasn't really what I was being asked. After taking the time to dream and envision the life I wanted to create, I realized I wasn't chasing President's Club. I was chasing the opportunity to build a sustainable business rooted in strong relationships, systems, long-term growth, and a lot of fun along the way. I made the vision boards, wrote my daily goals, gratitudes, and affirmations. Even on the days when I didn't fully believe what I was telling myself, I stuck with it. And along the way, I became so obsessed with creating my dream life and taking ownership of the business I was building that my daily activities stopped feeling like tasks to check off a box. And instead, my dials, appointments, referrals became another building block towards something bigger and more meaningful. As I continued my habits, how I viewed myself also started to change. Everyone's heard of the Tom James mirror, and as cheesy as it sounds, it's true. You can only go as far as you see yourself going. But first, you have to decide where you want to go. Dream a little, put in the work, be a little delusional, and get excited about what's possible. Sometimes, though, before you can fully believe in yourself, you need someone who believes in you first. I've been incredibly lucky to have Roxana Timberlake be that person for me. Yeah. Shout out, Rox. Rox, your belief in me, support, and encouragement has shown me I'm capable of more than I imagined. You continue to help me think bigger and have always been the best example of what's possible in this business. You continue to inspire me every day and the person I can become. Duncan Ham, thank you for your wisdom, perspective, and encouragement. Thank you to my ladies group, my coaches, my sales class, the Greensboro office, and of course my clients for pushing me to grow, trusting me, and reminding me why I love what I do. Ethan, thank you for being my constant support, the first person I call with good news, and the one I lean on at the end of the long day. To my family, thank you for always believing me and cheering me on, even though most of you don't still know exactly what I do. You've supported me every step of the way, and that means everything. Mom, thank you for being my rock, my biggest cheerleader. You've shown me what true hard work looks like and will always be the root of my why. President's Club is an incredible accomplishment, but what I'm most proud of isn't the milestone itself. It's the business I'm building, the people I'm the life I'm creating, the people and the people I'm fortunate enough to build it with. This is only the beginning. Thank you.
Please welcome from Charleston, Bella Pacheco.
PC. For some, might seem small and distant, and for others, still a huge goal. The moment I hit it, I discovered something unexpected. It doesn't really matter. You text your office, you call your mom, and then what? To those who matter most, you're still just you. Whatever you achieve, they knew you could do it all along. And what really matters is what you believe about yourself. For those who don't know, my TJ story is pretty non-traditional. I didn't start right out of school or major in fashion or business or marketing. I graduated from Clemson University with a degree in wildlife biology, which led me exactly where you might suspect, hospitality. And that's where I spent the next several years of my life. I was in a really dark place when Tom James found me, Hall's Chop House. I mean, literally dark, the kind of place where the older guests shine their iPhone flashlights to read the menus. No shade. If you've ever worked in hospitality, you know that eventually everyone's faces begin to blur together. So when I clocked in one random Friday night, I couldn't have known that a six-top of sharply dressed folks would change my life. A bearded bald man, a sweet blonde, and a Jersey girl with a bob kicked off the night with a bottle of champagne, and I knew immediately that I liked them. If you hadn't guessed, these three were Mike Dawkins, Carmen Odom, and Kayla Ambrose. Somewhere between 4 bottles of wine and divine intervention, Mike told me that I'd be great at sales, left me a hefty tip, Carmen's card, so I didn't think he was creepy, and some advice: reach out. They left, and I found myself in the back server station Googling clothier. Still having no idea what it really meant, I figured I'd try anything once, and I sent an email addressed to Miss Carmen. Fast forward to now, and I've learned more about myself in this career than in my entire life leading up. Thank you to Mike, Carmen, and Kayla for taking a chance on me and giving me the opportunity to write my own story. This job has allowed me to shatter my own glass ceilings, break cycles, and carve out a dream life. Growing up as a child of divorce and watching my mom work tirelessly to make ends meet for my sister and me, being able to give back to her is my greatest joy. Mom, thank you. To my sister, Danny, thank you for always encouraging me and talking me off the ledge. You're my best friend, and I love you so much. To my office, Carmen, Lily, Cole, Adam, David, Alice, Nicole, and Sam, this would be no fun without y'all. And to everyone who's ever given me a kind word and believed in me when I saw no reason to, thank you. It's true what Matt Cornish once said: believe in the people who believe in you. You have no idea what you're capable of. I've always believed that the right things come along at the right time, so when opportunity knocks or sits down at your table, make sure you answer. Thank you.
From Orange County, welcome to the stage, Beata Juden. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, when I started training in 2021, I pictured myself standing on this stage a lot sooner. I had a plan: PC, Rookie Award, Chairman's, make lots of money. It all seemed pretty simple. And then 2022 happened. My sales became inconsistent. I found myself buried in credit card debt. I lost my father. I met the love of my life. Half my office quit.
And just to keep things interesting, I rear-ended someone 3 times at a red light. Totaled my car, all within 6 months. It was the most confusing season of my life. I was grieving someone who had loved me my entire life, while learning how to love and build a future with someone I would love for the rest of mine. I wasn't dreaming about PC, bonuses, trips. I was dreaming about an escape. And then I got Weichel over a 3-hour dinner at an ETS trip. Yeah. Dave Weichel asked me one simple question: are you giving this opportunity 110%? A few months later, Todd Brown gave me another lesson that changed everything. You can change careers, cities, your circumstances, but if you don't deal with what's between your ears, the same problems show up wearing different clothes. That's when I realized I was fighting myself. In October 2025, I made a decision. I stopped looking for a different opportunity and became worthy of the one standing in front of me. I committed to 110%. I had my best month ever in October, followed it by a below quota November, and then finished December with another best month and President's Club. People talk about influence. To me, influence is simply changing someone's direction, and I'm grateful for everyone who changed mine. Thank you, Michael Atuka and Blake Albino, for seeing potential in a college graduate. Thank you, Stephanie Miller, for every coaching call. Thank you to my women's group, my SoCal offices, and our leadership team for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. People say it's about the climb, and I disagree. I think it's about the journey and who's climbing with you. Mom, I know you can't be here tonight, but you are the strongest person I know. You never failed to remind me to just keep swimming. We've walked through every heartbreak, loss, and uncertainty together. And somehow you've always found a way to keep moving forward. Every ounce of resilience I have is because I learned that from you. To my little sister Amelia, I honestly can't put into words how proud of you I am. And growing up with you by my side has made me who I am today. And I'll spend the rest of my life trying to thank you for that. And Chris, my Polish prince and my fiance, you have been my safe space through every high and low since the day I've met you. And Daniel, it truly means the world to have your never-ending friendship, love, and unwavering support. Thank you for walking through life with me. Tonight, I don't feel successful, I feel gratitude. This room is full of champions, and being a champion isn't about standing on stage or holding an award. It's about refusing to quit on yourself when the easier choice would have been to walk away. Thank you.
Next up from Columbia, please welcome to the stage Sam Ross.
Thanks. Hello, Tom James. Well, first, I'd like to thank my beautiful wife for being here tonight and for trusting me on this journey. None of this happens without your love and support. For those that don't know my story, I sold books, like everybody else, for 8 summers, not like everybody else. Moved to Chicago, spent 14 years in tech sales at CDW. Then COVID hit, and I was let go. At the time, it felt devastating. Looking back, it was one of the greatest blessings of my life. My wife and I decided to start over. We sold our home and moved to Columbia, South Carolina. I interviewed with Tom James, and they hired me to work in the Columbia office, which at the time was my house. I had a record first month and hit ATS. Then life happened. Within a short period of time, I lost my stepfather, my grandmother, and my aunt. It was the hardest season of my life. And Mom, I'm so thankful you're here celebrating with us tonight. My numbers took a dip, a big dip, and honestly, I struggled to get back into the rhythm. I'd never been a quitter, never ever. 8 years of college, I'm not a doctor. 8 summers selling books, 14 years at CDW, but by the middle of March last year, I was ready to walk away. Then Duncan called. Thanks for that, Duncan. Before I could tell him I was done, he asked, "Did you get the Elevate email?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got the Elevate email, I just didn't read it." He encouraged me to apply, and that simple suggestion changed the trajectory of my career. Elevate gave me the second sales school and a launching pad back to success. It reminded me of something I learned years ago. Success is not reserved for the most talented. It's reserved for the people who keep showing up. Keep doing the habits and keep going when life gets hard. And sometimes when life gets hard, you need someone who believes in you before you fully believe in yourself. Since then, I've had the privilege of hiring Michael McWhirter, or McWhirther, whichever, watching him get off to an incredible start, moving into our first office, and together having the best month in Columbia history. I also want to thank Paul and Sheena McKeon. Your investment, coaching, and generosity have meant more than you know. The legacy you built in Columbia is one I intend to honor for many, many years. And thank you to the Carolina offices. You've been huge. My teammates, mentors, and wonderful clients. I'll leave you with this. Sometimes the thing that feels like the end is actually the beginning. One conversation, one opportunity, or one person believing in you can change everything. I'm standing here tonight because people invested in me. My hope is that we continue to do the same for others. Thank you.
Please welcome from Philadelphia, Kayla O'Doherty.
I want to start off by saying congratulations to all the other President's Club achievers tonight. I am so honored to be part of such an inspiring group of people. As I wrote this speech and reflected on my journey at Tom James, I was reminded not only of what I've been able to accomplish, but more importantly, all of the people who helped get me here. First, I'd like to thank my incredible parents, Gina and Adam, shout out, they're here tonight. I truly think this job might have been in my DNA. My dad has been in sales for 30 years, and my mom really loves expensive clothing. But in all seriousness, everything I've achieved is because of the values, work ethic, and compassion you've instilled in me. I love you, Mariana and Shane, the best. Maxwell, you have played such a huge role in helping me succeed in my career. Thank you for always encouraging me to dream big and reminding me that I'm capable of anything I set my mind to. Pat Gainey, I know you've been patiently waiting your turn for me to say nice things about you. I truly can't believe how lucky I am to have you as my leader. You are one of the best people I know. You've not only taught me how to run a successful business, but also how to be a leader who cares deeply about their people, and that is invaluable. Zoe, starting my team with you was definitely the best decision I've made in my career so far. I have learned so much from you, and I can't wait to see you up here very soon. And of course, to the entire Philly office, I love each and every one of you. My job is so fun, and that's because of you. Thank you all for supporting me, challenging me, and celebrating alongside me always. When I started my career at Tom James, I had no idea what to expect. People in my life were often super confused about what my job actually entailed, and honestly, I didn't have a great answer. I would usually just say, I sell clothes to people with a lot of money. Now, 2 years into my career, that question definitely still comes up. I just have a much better answer. Yes, I sell clothes, but I also lead a team. I provide exceptional service. I build meaningful relationships with some of the most influential people in my city, and I achieve goals bigger than I ever imagined. So, one final thank you to Tom James for being a company I am truly proud to be a part of, and for helping me become not only a better clothier, but a woman that my younger self would be incredibly proud of. Thank you.
From Washington, D.C., let's welcome to the stage Matt Chuko.
Hello, everyone. I want everyone here to think about their hardest week in sales. Now imagine that was your first 3 months. Month 1, I sold literally 0 units. Month 2, 8 units. Month 3, 10 units. You're probably thinking to yourself, how hard do you have to try to sell absolutely nothing? Well, to sell 18 units over 3 months, you must have a poor mindset, refuse to trust the process, and let everything you cannot control throw you into a spiral. When I first joined Tom James, I wasn't the one you would have bet on. I knew what the numbers were supposed to look like. Mine, however, didn't look like that. There were days on end that I questioned whether I belonged here. But at the start of 2025, I was done leaving appointments without referrals because I wasn't asking. I was done averaging 4 TRs a month because I didn't have people to see. I was done making 150 dials a day without booking a single appointment because my pipeline was so stale. I finally got sick and tired of being sick and tired. So what happened next? I went to work on myself. I realized that the cocky 22-year-old me wasn't right about everything. I made the dials. I was first in and last out of the office for months. I studied the product, the process, and the people we get to serve. And slowly, genuinely slowly, things began to finally shift. I want to thank the people who stuck with me from the very beginning. My parents, Kim and Scott over there, my 2 little sisters, Cassie and Allie, who are watching at home right now. Thank you for your unwavering support and love from hundreds of miles away back in New York. Katie Noriega, you have been my biggest cheerleader from the very beginning. You saw something in me and never threw in the towel. I am extremely grateful for your encouraging leadership and the direction you helped me find. JT, Jack Tierney, thank you for being a role model, mentor, and pillar, not only to me, but the entire DC office. I read a line months ago that stuck with me. Micro wins takes big goals and breaks them down into manageable steps. Micro wins build confidence, and confidence builds success. So to anyone struggling, break down your big goals, stack small wins, and make and keep meaningful promises to yourself, both personally and professionally. I won't pretend I saw myself up here based on how I started. What I could see was the next dial, the next appointment, the next chance to be 1% better. That's the whole secret. The scoreboard always catches up to the work, but only if you refuse to quit before it does. Thank you.
From Birmingham, welcome to the stage, Mr. Talon Pritchard.
Let's do this. Good evening, family. At 25 years old, I never imagined I'd be standing here accepting a President's Club award. But looking back, I think this journey started a lot earlier than I realized. When I was a freshman in high school, my older sister Kylie was a senior. Every Wednesday, some of her friends wore suits and ties to school. They called it Wealthy Wednesday. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And when they graduated, the tradition ended for everyone else, but not me. Every Wednesday throughout high school and college, I wore a suit and tie. Some people probably thought I was crazy, and looking back, maybe they weren't completely wrong. But those Wednesdays taught me confidence. They taught me accountability. They taught me that success is often the result of small habits repeated consistently over time. In college, I found Tom James through the University of North Alabama Steel Sales Center. I didn't know at the time, but I had already been preparing for this business for years. Although this award has my name on it, there are many people whose support, guidance, and belief helped make this achievement possible tonight. Lauren Dawkins, thank you for calling me while I was fishing one day. Little did I know that phone call would change my life. Since then, you've been the glue that holds our office together, and someone who has always made me feel valued and appreciated. It's been incredible watching you grow our office while growing your family and becoming a mother to Claiborne. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Brittany Evelyn, AKA The Bear. You've been a mentor, a friend, and someone I can always count on. You've taught me a tremendous amount about this business and possibly even more about life. Also, thank you for teaching me the importance of Tom James stock, platinum packages, and a great steak. Mama Lachey Fluker. Lachey, thank you for constantly encouraging me to think bigger than I thought was possible. You've led me with love, honesty, support, accountability, and you've always found a way to tell me exactly what I needed to hear. Your belief in me has had an incredible impact on both my life and my career as well. To my coworkers and friends, thank you for your encouragement, friendship, and support. I am so grateful to be in business with you all. And finally, to my family, Mom, Dad, my little brother Gage, Kylie, and my brother-in-law Josue. Thank you so much for your love and support through every step of this journey. Looking back, Wealthy Wednesday may have started this journey, but the people made it possible. Thank you and God bless.
Next up from Pittsburgh, let's welcome Morgan Young.
Was that my song? I chose Hey Look Ma, I Made It as my walk-up song, but not for the reason most people would probably think. I honestly didn't even like that song that much. In college, I mentioned I liked it once, and my friends over there never let me live it down. But over the years, it came to me in something completely different. So whether I was discouraged by rejection or questioning whether I made the right decision, joining Tom James, that song became my cheer-up anthem and reminder to keep going. Despite those doubts, I made a promise to myself that I wouldn't leave until I at least made President's Club. So not for the recognition of the trip or anything like that, but just to prove to myself that I could do what I said I was gonna do. And I may have made that promise to myself, but I couldn't have kept it by myself. So to my sister and brother-in-law, thank you for your encouragement and support, both in my career and my life. It means a lot to have you here celebrating this milestone with me. Sorry. To my friends, my best friends, thank you for keeping me grounded and cheering me through every high and low. To my clients, thank you for trusting in me. Many of you became friends, and I'm grateful for those relationships. Johnny, thank you for being here tonight. Having you at my President's Club table means a lot. To my Pittsburgh office, thank you for always having my back. Bob and Grant, thank you for always bringing laughter to the office. Craig, thank you for showing up in the moments that mattered the most. Drake, thank you for helping me build a community here in Pittsburgh, and while always pushing me to be better. And Sojo, thank you for being my biggest cheerleader on this runway to President's Club. And to all my mentors throughout this company, thank you for your guidance and for showing me what this profession can be. Every conversation and piece of advice helped the clothier and the person that I am today. And I think that's exactly why these meetings have always meant so much to me. The speech has always taught me more than any workshop could. It wasn't a celebrity or even the top salesperson. It was just someone who kept showing up, kept their word, and had a purpose bigger than themselves. So if you're struggling, questioning your worth, or wondering if you'll ever get here, you will. You're a lot closer than you think. And one day, you'll stand up here, look at the people who helped you get there and say, hey, look, Ma, I made it.
Next up from Pittsburgh, Mr. Drake Moore.
Hey, look, Ma, I made it. I'm so blessed to be able to answer the question, do you like your job, with I absolutely love what I do. I always say that the favorite part of this job is getting to hang out with people and sometimes, if I'm lucky, measure them for clothes. For example, my client Brian. It started with custom jeans, but it turned into mentorship. He shared how he grew his business by dropping off cookies at the offices that he most wanted to work with. And I learned that relationships grow when you simply ask. With Brian's Cookies, I met Joe and Elizabeth Lipinski. The last time that Joe had bought from Tom James, I was a month old. And decades later, he and his wife sat me down and asked, how can we help you get to the president's table? Their belief in me turned into success. Kevin was one of my first clients. He laughed out loud when he was trying on his first shirts, and when I asked him why, he said, well, I've never had a shirt that fit around my neck and my body at the same time. The guy's built like Wreck-It Ralph. The month that I hit President's Club, he called to ask how close I was to my goal. He said, did you hit your number yet? He wanted to drum up conversations. He wanted to introduce me to others before the end of that month. That's friendship beyond business. And Nick, referred to me by Brian, texted me one late night about stretch pants. Now I'm with YTS Wealth Management Weekly, working on clothes for him, his business partner, his chief of staff, his vice presidents, advisors, and others. Nick knows growth, and he's helping me grow too. These are just a few stories, but they all prove one thing. This job is about people. My relationships with my clients mean everything to me, and so do the relationships in my personal life and in the Pittsburgh office. Grant, although I can't see you out there right now, thank you for your support and accountability. Craig, thank you for the lengthy phone calls, even while you were on medical leave, and for keeping my ego in check when it needed it a lot. And Gail, thank you for putting up with those calls. Morgan, thank you for giving me someone to run alongside and celebrate top selling months with. Sophia, thank you for showing your clients the very best and encouraging me to do the same. And lastly, but certainly not least, thank you to my partner, Harry, for your unabashed support. Your unabashed support in a random career change, and I mean random, 2 years ago. I remember one conversation during my second selling month. He asked, "Do you believe that you can be successful at Tom James?" And I told him that I did. And he said, "Okay, then I believe you can too." If I can leave you with one thing, it's this, and listen closely. Relationships aren't a side effect or a byproduct. They're actually the whole point. Thank you.
Next up from Chicago, Mia Melendez.
Appreciate you. Alrighty. Thanks, guys. I'm growing. I am resilient. I'm strong. I will hit President's Club this month. These are the affirmations I've written down every morning. My journey hasn't been easy, to say the least, but I'm a firm believer that the detours often make the best parts of the journey, and who you become along the way matters so much more than where you land. Tonight, I want to express some deeply overdue gratitude to the people who have supported me along the way. To my parents, thank you for instilling the qualities that define who I am today. Thank you for showing me what a fierce work ethic looks like, how to treat others with kindness, and how to build something special from the ground up, all while loving unconditionally. Jimmy, thank you for always supporting and loving me through my highest highs and on my absolute worst days. You are my why. To my Chicagoland team, thank you for motivating and inspiring me every single day. I cannot wait to keep making history alongside you. Justin, thank you for consistently pushing me. Thank you for holding up a mirror to my potential even when I couldn't see it myself. Laura, Brock, Steven, Reagan, Mel, and Alyssa, thank you for always encouraging me, holding me accountable, and being a constant source of inspiration and energy. I'm grateful for our friendship, and I can't wait to cheer you on. Tom James leadership, thank you for laying down the foundations that allow us to build successful, long-lasting careers. Without your vision and direction, we wouldn't be growing at this caliber. Lastly, my clients, thank you for trusting me with your wardrobes and allowing me a glimpse into your lives. I value our relationships more than you know, and it's truly a privilege to serve you. I want to leave you all with one last thing. After my very first international meeting, I remember thinking, there has to be a secret to success. I was so eager to understand it. What was the answer? How was I going to figure it out? Along this journey, I've learned a few things, and it comes down to these 3 principles. Number 1, consistency. It builds strong habits and a foundation you must have to grow a business. Number 2, be a student of your craft and always be willing to ask for help. Number 3, take ownership and don't be afraid to fully buy into the opportunity in front of you. And so with that being said, I am still growing, still resilient, I'm still strong, and I am a President's Club member. Congratulations to my fellow members. Let's celebrate tonight. We earned it. Thank you.
Next up from Washington, D.C., Carmen Linder.
Thank you. The bok choy baller. Yeah, we're here. All right. Congratulations to my fellow club achievers. Life can be very dreary when you don't celebrate wins. Though, somehow I fought the idea of celebrating this President's Club accomplishment for a long time. I honestly didn't want the recognition. I told Kira from day one, didn't want to do the speech, thinking, why hype up? Just doing my job. I don't need to get on stage, make a speech. I see now there might have been a tiny bit of fear driving that thought. I didn't consciously know I was afraid of the learning curve. I just knew I didn't want others to see me set goals that I may fail to achieve. Came off my third selling month at 204 units in June, straight to a 10-unit July. The next 6 months were limbo. 2025 was a huge time of accountability and forced me to reconsider my views on goal setting. My desired lifestyle and the impact I wanted to have on those around me led to focus on simply serving my existing clients with more expertise and just serving more clients in general. Achieving President's Club became a byproduct of this new modus operandi. Kira, you have been very patient with me. I know leading a career changer older than yourself was not a walk in the park. Thank you for investing in me and building such a strong team with Jack and Milo. Thank you both from the bottom of my heart. Jared, my boyfriend, thank you for driving me to the office every day during training and always being a voice of reason, encouragement, and support. To my sister Bess, I definitely need to put some dollar bills in our accountability jar for skimping on my dials last week. Thank you for being someone who inspires me to get back on the horse. My family, Gabby, Matt, Reba, Caroline, Elliot, and the entire DC office, thank you for lighting a fire under me every day. Franco, Nazia, Gigi, and Marta, y'all are the Fantastic Four. I could not ask for better tailors. Thank you for helping me out of some tight situations, figuratively and literally. For all of you out there in your first, second, or even beyond years of Tom James, looking to accomplish President's Club, you can persevere. I want you all to celebrate your growth and achievement too. Thank you.
Next up from Charlotte, let's welcome up to the stage Ella Hassick.
Oh, wow. Now, if you know me, you know that I play that song on the way to work every day. And I also once had a dream that Rihanna invited everyone named Ella over to her house and we all danced to that song. Jokes aside, being up here, it's a different kind of dream. It's the fruition of a vision that I decided on many months ago. When I started writing this speech, I struggled to find a defining story of resilience or a major breakthrough moment worth sharing.
funny stories, sure, like the time I ripped my pants from waistband to knee in a triple header appointment with a VP, president, and CEO. Yes, they're still clients. The truth is, my story is much simpler. It's about showing up consistently through internal battles, learning who I wanted to become, and believing in someone I couldn't fully see yet. When I started at Tom James, I was fresh off the loss of a loved one, a relationship, moved to a new city that I didn't particularly want to be in. No family, no friends nearby. I lacked confidence, and I associated my independence with loneliness. I didn't allow myself to believe in big goals because the self-talk I had for myself was depreciating. I couldn't write affirmations without feeling like a fraud because I didn't believe that they were true. The challenge of facing the raw associations I had of myself and becoming introspective is what allowed me to blossom into the person you see today. In the last year, I've received a plethora of advice from many wise people, and I, somewhere along the way, learned to take it to heart and to make it my own. I'd like to share some of that with you. Affirmations are not about your current reality. They are a guide for the decisions you make every day so that your actions may align with the person that you want to become. Deciding to do something means taking action in pursuit of a vision you believe is already true. You feel it in your bones, your soul. It's part of who you are. You just need to prove it. You will never outgrow the vision you have of yourself. So dream big, and if the timeline changes, let it. The choices you make when things don't go as planned are what shape your character. Consistency is an accumulation of small wins every day that will yield big wins, like this one. Take ownership of your actions and make deposits into your confidence, into the person you are becoming. And one day, you will be her. I'm proud of the work I've done to create the fruition of my affirmations. I do the hard things that others don't want to because it builds my character and it earns me respect. I am someone who succeeds at everything she decides to do, just like my dad told me when I took this job. I'm a mindset superhero. I'm becoming the person I want to be, building the life that I want every day through my actions. I am generous. I'm a role model. I'm a leader. I'm confident. I'm a top rookie, and I'm a President's Club member. Who will you allow yourself to believe you can become? Your greatest limitation is not your circumstances. It's the story you choose to believe about yourself. And what a beautiful opportunity. Thank you to all the people who have guided me towards believing in who I am becoming. You've helped this moment become a reality for me. My parents, who met 38 years ago today, yes. Your sacrifices, your dedication, and your support are the reason I have the opportunity to be here. My soul sister leader, Lily Yadawara. My friends and mentors, Ryden, Keith, Annalise, Dana, Zach, the amazing Carolina's leadership team, the Charlotte office, and all of you. You make Tom James what it is, and you've made me who I am. There are not enough words to express the gratitude I feel. Thank you. Cheers.
from New York City, let's welcome up here Danielle Carson.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. This is pretty surreal standing up here right now. Before I start, I want to congratulate everyone I'm sharing this milestone with tonight. Last year, I had the privilege of bringing my boyfriend Nick here with the bonus. It showed me the amazing opportunities this company provides. Before we left, I told him, I'm going to hit PC so you can come back next year with my family. And here we are. Just because I wanted to hit it didn't mean it was going to be easy. This job really pushed me out of my comfort zone and still does. It's not the fear of rejection, but the fear of putting myself out there and drawing attention. I doubted myself. It's interesting, because I played lacrosse at USC, the real one, go Trojans, and I always thought that was going to be the hardest thing I've done. And honestly, I was wrong. The difference is the blind confidence I had when I started lacrosse in 5th grade. I didn't care if I messed up. Everyone was in the same boat. I worked at it every day, and eventually I became good at it. Here, I had to start from the ground up and learn the many skills needed to succeed. But at the end of the day, the most challenging things we face are the most rewarding. I learned so much about myself, my strengths and weaknesses, and the importance of goal setting, consistency, and positive mindset. I seriously wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for the amazing support system I had. Everyone has played a huge role in getting me on this stage. First, I want to thank my mom and dad, my siblings Corey, Steven, and Taylor. They are the perfect balance of being supportive, checking in on my goals, but also distracting me if I need to take my mind off of work. Thank you, Nick, for consistently reminding me that I'm capable of so much more than I think and keeping me grounded, and my motivation to hit the PC trip. Thank you to my clients for trusting me and giving me a shot. And last but not least, everyone in the New York City office. In March, not a day went by that someone didn't come up to my desk to check in or give me a boost of confidence. Specifically, Kate and Jordan. I am so thankful this company has brought us together, not only helping me lock in when necessary, but always finding something to laugh about and keeping things light. And Melissa Marzik and John Cardos. I would not be here without you guys, knowing exactly what I need before I did at times. I cannot thank you both enough, and I'm so grateful to be led by both of you. Congrats again. Thank you.
Also from New York City, Hannah Tabali.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to keep this short because public speaking activates my fight or flight response. If you told me a year ago that I would be standing on this stage giving a speech, I would have laughed and then cried and then asked my leader if she would do it for me. In all seriousness, none of this would have been possible without my incredible leader, mentor, and friend, Isabella Mancini. Thank you for believing in me, even when I came back from appointments with one single measurement and an unreasonable amount of confidence. Thank you to my mom for being here tonight. Not only is she my favorite client, but she's also a licensed therapist. So there's a decent chance she's the reason I'm standing up here tonight. Finally, thank you to the New York City office, my clients, and to everyone who hasn't blocked my number yet. Thank you for your support. Cheers.
From Nashville, let's welcome to the stage Nicole DeCenzo.
To my mom and dad, thank you for continuing to show up. I've come to realize that presence is a gift, not a guarantee. You taught me that anything worth having is earned and that I'm capable of more than I often believe. Everything I've accomplished began with the example you set. Jonathan, you saw something in me before I could see it in myself. You found a way to lead when I was least receptive. Thank you for standing by me through every season, not just the good, and for becoming not only someone I've had the privilege of working with, but a friend I'll always be grateful for. 4 years ago, I rerouted my life to Nashville. From the outside, it probably looked like momentum, like like I was ready for a new chapter. In reality, it felt very different. I entered a season I wasn't prepared for, where showing up felt like a win and getting out of bed required more effort than anything I was measured on professionally. If you've ever experienced that kind of disconnect, you know it doesn't stay at home, it follows you into everything. So standing here is something I don't take lightly, because this was never just about performance, it was about rebuilding. There wasn't a defining moment where everything suddenly clicked, just a quiet, almost unremarkable decision one day. I am going to rewrite my story. That decision then led to a realization. Structure gives you a foundation, but ownership gives you momentum. If I wanted this to work in a way that felt sustainable, I had to make it mine. I had to connect with my work and create something that felt natural instead of forced. So I started leaning into that. I reached out to people I normally wouldn't have, explored opportunities beyond the standard path, and had conversations that didn't follow a script. And along the way, people took a chance on me. Those moments did more than create an opportunity. They restored my belief in myself. What I've learned is that sales isn't about perfection, it's about perspective. It's about seeing people as individuals instead of transactions, recognizing needs that aren't always obvious, and stepping outside of your comfort zone to genuinely connect. You can't truly help people if you're not showing up as yourself. You can't manufacture care. You can't script authenticity. People feel the difference immediately. What you can do is be real, even when you're still figuring things out, even when you don't feel 100%, even when the version of you that shows up that day isn't perfect, because you're allowed to be imperfect. You're allowed to have difficult days, feel behind at times, and take a path that looks different from everyone else. But if you continue to show up, honest, intentional, and with people's best interest in mind, success becomes inevitable. Maybe not quickly or easily, but inevitably. When people feel genuine care, trust is built. When trust is built, results follow. More importantly, you build something more valuable than results. You build impact. So for those of you who have the drive, know you're capable of more, but some days it takes everything just to get started. I understand that. I want you to know that doesn't put you at a disadvantage. If anything, it builds qualities that can't be taught, resilience, depth, and perspective. So take the chance, lean into what makes you different, work within the structure, but make it your own. Think beyond the obvious and care more than expected. And on the days when simply showing up feels like the hardest part, recognize it for what it is. That's strength, and sometimes that's exactly where everything begins. Thank you.
Next up from Charlotte, Annalise Figueroa. Hey.
I'd like to begin by saying what an incredible honor it is to be standing here today. Looking around this room at so many people I admire and learn from is incredibly humbling. Although my name is on this achievement, it was made possible by the people who helped shape me. Before discussing the journey, I want to recognize those people. Nothing good comes easy, something my parents have reminded me of since I was young. Mom, you are resilient, fearless, selfless, and immensely loyal. You are the backbone of who I am in my heart, and you shape the way that I love people. Dad, you are ambitious, disciplined, and a leader I strive to resemble. The way you both built a business from the ground up while leading with generosity and striving to reflect the love and grace of the Lord has shaped the woman I'm becoming. I owe so much of who I am to you. To my brothers, Anthony and Danny. Anthony, serving in the military and now pursuing a law degree has shown me what relentless discipline looks like. Danny, the way you lead your family with patience, humility, and faith reminds me that strength isn't always loud. Nate, thank you for believing in me even when I struggled to believe in myself. You've taught me that love does not just support, it sharpens. Thank you for making me feel heard, appreciated, challenged, and loved every single day. To my Charlotte office, thank you for investing in me in different ways throughout this journey. Lucy, you've challenged me to become a more patient, present, and gracious leader. Hannah, thank you for being my biggest cheerleader and the big sister I never knew I needed. You lead with grace and patience, and I'm so grateful for you and your support. Rod and Bell, thank you for seeing something in me before I saw it in myself and continuing to challenge me to think bigger. Joe Price, thank you for teaching me how to build a business with integrity and serve my clients well. Duncan Ham, thank you for reminding me that character is built by becoming the kind of person who follows through on their commitments. To Ella Hassick, Gabby Valentine, Michaela Blaha, and Mercedes, thank you for being my Tom James sisters. You've celebrated every win, encouraged me through every challenge, and made this journey so much more fun. Lastly, to my amazing clients, thank you. There are no sales without your trust, loyalty, and the relationships we've built together. When I started at Tom James, I knew where I wanted to end up, but I didn't know what I needed to focus on each day to get there. I stopped obsessing over the outcome and started focusing on consistency and committing to doing the simple things every day, even when they weren't exciting. Somewhere along the way, I let relationships become secondary to making a sale. Then, Ryden reminded me to stay rooted in happiness, joy, and abundance. When I started putting people first again, everything changed. My clients stopped feeling like transactions and became exactly what they were always meant to be, relationships. Another influential conversation was with Duncan. He said that because of who he is at his core, he'll do everything in his power to be the person who does what he says he's going to do. That challenged me. I want to become that person too. If I said I'd earn President's Club, then my daily actions had to reflect that commitment. Achieving President's Club is not about standing on this stage. It's proof that intentionality, faith, and doing the small things every day eventually produce extraordinary results. More importantly, it's proof that I'm capable of becoming a better version of myself than I was yesterday. Thank you all for believing in me, investing in me, and helping me become that person. Thank you.
Next up from New York City, Gunnar Churchwell.
Let's ride. I want to start first and foremost by thanking my friends in the New York office. Thank you for making work a place I look forward to showing up to every day, and thank you for filming my videos. Jordan Devine, Sam Yeaman, Nina Best, Chrissy Fontaine, Evan Nahad, Jordan Edelman, you guys taking time out of your business to help me with mine has meant more than you know. To my leader, Evan Rooney, I could write a book on the, yeah, give it up for Rooney. Yeah. I could write a book on the incredible person and mentor you are. You always told me that there's a million ways to skin the cat in this business, and I think I definitely took you up on that. The motivation you offered in times of need is something I'll never forget, and your morals and values will be something I strive for the rest of my life. Thank you for everything, man. To my incredible New York leadership, Melissa Marzuk, John Cardos, Caitlin Hogan, Ariana Ferrero, and Steve Adams, thank you for setting the tone in the office and making New York the best office in the world. To my mom, who is here tonight, you showed me what it means to be a hustler and what hard work truly looks like. If I live my life to be a quarter of the person you are, I'll consider that a success. I love you. Thank you for coming. My dad is also here tonight. I want to tell a funny story about my dad. When I first started, my mom texted him and said, "You really should buy some clothing off Gunnar," in which he responded, "Too bad they don't sell sweatpants." I love you, Dad. Thanks for being here and wearing a suit, even if it is from Brooks Brothers. And finally, to my 3 older brothers who couldn't all be here tonight, thank you guys for paving the way for your little brother who was always just a pain in the ass. I look up to you guys more than you know. When I first started at Tom James, I was told to fill out a Google form. And one of the questions on the form read, "What is your greatest achievement or a time where you were successful?" And I sat there for minutes without an answer I was proud to share. So when I started this job, I made a promise to myself to be on this stage tonight so that next time this question was asked, I would have an answer. And I think it took me getting up here to understand the definition of success or an achievement. I consider myself successful because I live in New York in an apartment with 2 friends who are basically my brothers. Because I show up every morning to a job where my leadership and friends put my success in front of theirs. My greatest achievement is the fact that my mother and father dropped everything on a whim to come see their youngest child finally have his moment in the sun. And as the great Brad Pitt once said, it's not about the journey or the destination, it's about the company. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Could I get all 32 of our President's Club members to come up on stage and join me, please? Well done. I'll get out of the way in just 1 minute. Doesn't the future of Tom James look bright? One last time, let's congratulate our newest class of President's Club members. Have a great evening. Way to go.